Well, hello out there again, YouTube. John back again. Week has just ended, so we got a new week of pickups for you guys. Unfortunately, I only got one Laserdisc this week. Been kind of a slow week, but I do got some stuff coming in the mail over the next few days, so hopefully by next weekend we'll get another video going. This video is mostly going to be DVD and Blu-ray pickups for the last week. Some of this stuff is actually pretty good. Was half-price book scrounging today, found some really good stuff. I also ended up getting some good stuff from the thrift store earlier this week. So let's start out with the first Laserdisc I got. I got this one from my buddy Kevin Michael Stewart over at Laserdisc Forever. Hooked me up with this bad boy. We got Return of the Living Dead, Japanese Laserdisc. One of my favorite, horror movies of all time. He told me that a seller on Laserdisc Forever was selling this to him for $20. He said, "Hey, I already have this. You want me to pick it up for you?" I said, "Sure. Why the hell not?" Return of the Living Dead's always been one of my favorite movies. Can't really get it on Laserdisc for a good price, but for the Jap one for $20, I'm not going to say no to that. I got it just a couple days ago, popped it in the player. It's a very good picture and sound quality. Even though the sound is only analog and not digital, it sounds really good for its age. I like it a lot better than the remix they use for the DVD and the Blu-ray, so that's one of the main reasons why I got this. Happy to have this one. All right, now we're going to do some thrift store stuff. We're going to start with the DVDs. Actually found this one at my local thrift store. Actually found these next two at my local thrift store. First one up, we got Black Moon Rising. This one has eluded me for a while. I know it's not out of print or anything, but it's one of the movies that I always, just forgot to buy. And I just saw it in my thrift store. I'm like, holy crap, $2. I'm definitely going to pick this one up. Disc was in mint condition, had no scratches on it. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I always like the story behind it. It's one of them hidden movies that John Carpenter did. It's a very good story. I've always liked this movie. The action's really good. Tommy Lee Jones just gives a great over-the-top performance. Robert Vaughn's in it, too. He gives a great performance as well. Linda Hamilton plays second fiddle. She does a good job as well. So, anyway, next one. Now, this one, I couldn't believe I found. This one's been out of print for years, although it has been re-released in a 4-pack, but just to get it by itself is a daunting task. Ended up getting Bad Moon. Like I said, found this one at my local thrift store. Was $2. Disc was in great condition. Had like a couple little scratches on it, but nothing too bad. I played it perfectly fine. I actually saw this one back in 1997, I want to say, when it came out on home video. I rented it. Didn't really expect too much out of it, but was very impressed with it. I was always a big fan of Michael Pare because Streets of Fire, Eddie and the Cruisers, those are like two of my favorite movies right there. And he always gave a great performance. In this one, he does very, very well in it. I've always liked it. I also like the fact that, later, when I got older, I found out who Eric Red was, and I found out he did The Hitcher, did Near Dark, did, what was that one movie? The one with Roy Scheider and what's his face? I can't even remember right now. But anyway, Cohen and Tate, that's the movie. Another good movie that he did. So glad to have this one. I also have that 4-pack that I was just mentioning. It has Coma, Wolfen, and Body Snatchers, but to have this on standalone was a hard thing to do, but I finally found it. Okay, another one I ended up finding. This was on my half-price books hunt today. Found this one for $6.99. I couldn't believe it. The Beastmaster. I only saw this movie maybe a handful of times. Of course, back in the day when TBS was known as the Beastmaster station. Ha ha ha. But they always played that movie a lot. I finally caught it one night. I liked it. I never had the chance to buy it on DVD. And I know it's been out of print for quite some time, but I actually found it for a really good price, and I had a 10% off coupon, so I figured, why not? I'm going to grab it. All right. So next one up, I got this one from Disc Replay earlier this week. Couldn't believe I nabbed this one for $7.99. Was Blazing Saddles the new 4K restoration? Or, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I don't even know if it's a restoration or not. I just know it's a new special edition. It has a new documentary on there. From what I understand, it has a new transfer. At least I know they used a different codec this time, because the old disc had a VC1 transfer. This one uses an AVC. It's never been determined whether or not they used a new transfer or not, but I just know they used a new codec. Either way, this is, one of the funniest movies ever made, if not the funniest movie ever made. It always makes me laugh. If it was ever on in a continuous loop, I would watch it all the time. I was glad to find this one, especially for $7.99, considering what it goes for online. Disc was perfect. It actually has all the inserts in there, too, so I was very happy. All right, next one. I picked this one up off eBay. Actually only took 2 days to get in the mail. It was the Van Damme 5-movie action pack. Now, the other thing is, with Van Damme, He's always actually been my second favorite action hero. Steven Seagal is actually my first one, as lame as that sounds. I own, like, every Seagal movie, even the bad ones. Same thing with Van Damme. I own all his movies. The thing about this pack is, you see all the movies on there, Hard Target, The Quest, Street Fighter, Sudden Death, Lionheart. I actually owned all those movies separately. About 2 years ago, Hard Target and Sudden Death came out in Europe, or I want to say Great Britain, and I found a website that actually had them on sale for like 2 for $11. I think after international shipping, it came out to like $18. And I grabbed Hard Target and Sudden Death just because I knew they weren't released stateside yet. So I had, I had The Quest, I had Street Fighter, and I had those two. And all of a sudden, they come out with this pack, and then of course, exclusive to the pack is Lionheart because it was never released anyplace else. So great. This pack came out. I was so mad. I wanted to get Lionheart. Well, I was fishing through eBay one day, and I saw it on there. It had a buy it now like $30. So I said, you know what, $6 a movie, I'll just buy the thing. I spent the $30. The good thing is I ended up selling the other 4 and actually got all my money back out of it. Sold those on eBay earlier this week, so it was a wash. It basically didn't cost me a dime, so I'm very happy. I mainly wanted this thing for Lionheart because you know what, Lionheart is, to this day, it's still my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. It gets me every time at the end. I've always loved the story behind it. All right, next one up, nothing too special, but been meaning to grab this one, was Knowing. I did see this movie when it came out. I saw it on video. I did enjoy it. I never bought it, and then I found it at Half Price Books today. I was like $4.99, with the slipcover. What the hell, I'll pick it up. Disc was in good shape, excuse me, and you know what? It's something that I've been wanting to watch again for a while. Who knows if I'll keep it, but I just wanted to see it again. Now, this next one. I found this one today at Half Price Books, and it was still sealed. Now, when I saw the price, I kind of flipped out. I was like, wow, you're selling this for $5.99? But you know what? I grabbed it anyway. Saturn III. Now, you know what? I can't tell you anything about this movie. I've never seen it. I just know that it's a Shout Factory release, and those things are very, very expensive. I bought it for $5.99. I looked it up on eBay and Amazon. They're still wanting like $25, $30 for a copy of this. So you know what? Even if I don't like the movie, I could still sell it and get like double, if not triple, my investment back on it. So for $5.99, it's a no-brainer. So anyway, now these last two I got. If you guys are familiar with the movie Ticks, some of you may not know that last month, Olive Films, they rescinded their rights to most of their Paramount catalog, so I think some of their movies are going out of print. Now, don't quote me on that, but ended up picking up Ticks, and I got lucky. I nabbed it off an eBay seller for like $15, and like literally 5 days later, the price jumped on it severely. I think now the cheapest you can get it is probably $30, or at least someone said they got it for $30, but I haven't been able to find it for that price. I'm only seeing it by secondary sellers, and they're wanting $50, $60 for this thing now, so I'm happy I jumped on it when I did. The best advice I can give to you guys is that if the rumors are true that if Paramount is rescinding their Olive catalog, then for you horror movie buffs out there, I would pick up a copy of Stephen King's Thinner, and I would also pick up a copy of The Boogans, regardless of whether or not it has a slipcover. Luckily, I bought both of those this week. I did find a copy of The Boogans with a slipcover, and I ended up ordering Thinner. Thinner will be in the mail tomorrow. Boogans will be in later this week. But like I said, pick them up while you can, because who knows what's going on with that. Now, last one. Now, this one I've been chasing down for a little while. The price has not been too high, but it's not something I wanted to spend $30 on, if not $40. And I was in Half Price Books today, and I said, oh, wow, I found this on the shelf. I couldn't believe it. And then the price on it, too, was astounding. This is another good 80s movie here. We got Ron Howard's Cocoon. As you can see, $7.99, and I knew it was out of print. Because I think, again, don't quote me on this, but I think it was a store exclusive at one point in time. I think it was a Best Buy exclusive. And I don't know if it ever got released to the general public, but I know this movie's actually been pretty hard to find. I looked it up on eBay. People are selling copies $25, $30. Past sold copies have gone for about anywhere between $15 and $25. But to find this thing for $7.99, to me that was a steal. I was very happy to get it. This has always been one of my favorite 80s movies. Ron Howard, it helped him, help bolster his career. Because I think right when he did this, he did Gung Ho. Then he did a lot of other good movies after that. But, I still, like, one of his first movies was Night Shift, and that's one of my favorite comedies, too. I actually have that on DVD. Hopefully one of these days, Warner Archive will put it out on Blu-ray. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. like I said, got some more Laserdiscs, more Blu-rays, all that stuff coming in the mail this week. So we'll get another video shot next Sunday, hopefully. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.